Wow. I just want to say your time being here is priceless. It's really indeed priceless. You know, there are a lot of things that people value in life. Money, cars, house. But to me, I don't value none of that, but I value the time that people put for you. I value your time. If somebody doesn't love you, they will be there for you. That time is more precious that you can never buy. So I want to say thank you so much. Thank you all, especially for those out of the state. I want to say thank you so much. Father Lord, I want to give you thank you. I give you praise and adoration, and I pray that you give me words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words to encourage my generation and those that are coming beyond, that as they live here today, whatever I say should influence their life or improve their life in one way or the other. So here I come. Well, I came to United States 3 days before Christmas in 1999. So I have been here since December 1999. And like Genevieve says, and my younger sister Doris, wow, I think they stole my speech tonight. I don't even know what I can say, but I just want to say to all my siblings here, all my sisters here, you're all my sisters. My love is contagious. When you see me, for the first time, you feel like I've known you for 5 years. The same way with Moses. You see Moses and start interacting with Moses, you feel like you've known Moses for years. Well, my life started here in 2000. I came to the United States to look for golden opportunity like each one of us. And I've been in this country for almost 25 years, as you heard it today. Everybody's journey is different here in the United States. Mine was rock and roll. Why? I don't know. So in 2000, I filed for asylum when I came here in the United States. And in less than 6 months in America, I had all my papers, you know. I felt like I was living the dream. But 2 years later, when I tried to apply for green card, and immigration sent me a letter that, an anonymous letter was sent to them that the person that I said was in that asylum story is not me. They reverted my story. Like, have you ever write a letter to somebody lying, and then they just transform that letter and tell you the real story of that letter? That was me. Somebody wrote immigration and told them that Mabel lied in everything in the immigration story. Two months after that, my asylum was revoked. I struggled. Nothing ever worked. I cried and nothing ever worked. But there was this one beautiful thing that my mother told me. She said, Mabel, I don't know who did this, but give it a heart of forgiveness. Because I know somebody really wrote this letter and sent it because immigration would have not just get up and said that. All through my life, I've lived thinking, what happened? But at the other side of me, I get to forgive and go. I don't know who did it today. I don't know who did it. So I struggled. Man, this God, if God has not written you off, no man can write you off. No man can write you off in this life. So what am I saying? As we are sisters, we are from the same place. Protect me, I will protect you. No matter what you're going through, protect your sibling. You have no right to destroy another person's destiny. When God chose you, and make you to be a destiny helper. When you help that person, and that person becomes that destiny, where that person is supposed to go, that glory belongs to God. It doesn't belong to you. So what am I saying? I'm saying that we are all Africans here. When you help somebody to a destiny, don't take that pride. Let that pride be of God. Let that pride be the decision of that person to lift you up. Let's not kill people's destiny. But another thing that my mother told me was that, I said it somewhere, and that person that, I think that's true. My mother told me that even if nobody wrote that letter to immigration, guess what? If there is any medication that is tying you down, daughter of Zion, that medication, every medication in this world have an expiration date, right?
Yes. Wow.
That woman can talk. If you put her words to practice and believe it, it will come to pass. I kept on living my life, all the struggling, and believing that my mother told me that there is an expiration date on every medication. And wherever my bell was written in darkness will be erased one day by the Almighty Lord. I struggle and struggle. You see this God that we worship, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. My faith was so strong that in 2009, Moses was like, how old? I turned around, I looked at my account. I was working in the hospital as a nursing assistant. I paid for childcare 1 month. I didn't even have my rings. And I went on my knees and I told God that, you know what? I reject you. You cannot be that God that I saved and you abandon me. With no papers in America, become a single mother, and you just stay there watching at me. And I go to church every day, I pray every day, I try to do the best I can to. No, I rejected God in my life in 2009. But guess what? God turned my heart back in less than 12 hours and told me that, you know what? I am the I am that you are. And you will bow down to me again and ask me for forgiveness, which I did in less than 12 hours. I went down back on my knees and I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. Called my mom and said, I just can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I want to come home. Then in 2010, I received a letter from immigration. They asked me to self-deport. Auntie Masa, she can testify this with me. That was the first time I knew she was in America. I traveled all the way from Arizona to Maryland. I told her, Auntie, I'm going to the embassy to get my passport. I want to go home. Man, if God is on your case, no man can do nothing. I went all the way to Maryland, to American and Cameroon embassy. I walked inside their office. I told the guy, I said, I'm a Cameroonian, I'm here, I'm tired of living the frustration life that I'm living. I need to go home and I have a child. Guess what? That man in French said, Pourquoi tu étais venu en Amérique? I spoke in English. I said, I came to better up my life and take care of my family. And then he said, in French, why are you sitting in my office right now? I said, well, I picked me up and told me that I need to go get a passport and go back home and self-deport. He said, okay. Maintenant, si va à l'Arizona pour me dire que on n'est pas connaît que tu viens de Cameroun. You are not from Cameroon. They told me in my own embassy, they said, I'm not giving you no passport. You're not going to Cameroon. I don't know you. I don't really believe if you are from Cameroon. I looked at that guy. I said, I have a birth certificate, so I don't care. And then I said, what does he want me to do? He said, I have told you, go back to Arizona, tell ICE that I don't know it, they don't know me. So I came back. But before I went to do this passport, immigration has arrested me. Man, when these guys came, you don't even know. I got up in the morning, I was walking about, I strapped Moses in the back seat, they gave my time, I put Moses in the back seat. I was ready to take off for work to go drop him at the daycare, and I started my car. Immediately I backed up, and then I moved just from here to there. Wow! It was police all over the place around me. I was like, what the heck? And they were talking in the microphone. They want me to put my hand on my head. I was like, what did I do now? This immigration guy came and said, we'll be looking for you. Each apartment we go, you move. live in 75 at McDowell? I said I did. He said, okay, when we went there, the manager said you moved. So it took immigration 2 years to find me, to locate me where they found me that day. You know, like I say again, if God is on your case, no man can make no nonsense. All he needs from you is belief and trust him. As they picked me up, they took me to process me at the immigration. They processed me, and then the guy was like, okay, what jail is he gonna put me? One of my officer comes and said, oh, no, that one is not a jail case. Please, she needs to go back out. I was like, wow, so they'll take me back out. I said, yes. So what am I saying? When you come to this country, you come with your papers, you think you have it all. You're just sitting around, you're lazy. You don't even know that there are other people that does not have that privilege. You know? People like us, I never had that privilege. But I kept trusting God. I kept trusting God. Sometimes I felt like a daughter who left the home and never went back. A missing daughter. You know, it's not easy to be somewhere for 25 years and you lost both parents and never gave them a farewell. That was one of my battles that I fought. But at the end of the day, when God wants to change your story, when God wants to change your story, he doesn't look back whether you've done what you did or what has happened. He changed it. And when he changed your story, he makes sure that when your enemy sees you, your light is shining like 130 kilometers before you even approach, and then they say, oh, was it you? It took me 22 years of struggling in America. 22 years to count. And almost died. You see those white family? If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been here today. So praise God for them. Moses and I, as you heard Genevieve said, we've lived in shelter. Remember that? Living in shelter, bed bugs almost killed us in 2014. We left the shelter, 3 months in shelter, we went to transitional home. We left transitional home. I got myself back because I was in a transitional home, and I called my immigration officer. I said, I can't do this again. Jesus Christ. You know what? Us in Africa, we need to know what we say out there, because sometimes you may just cough and the cops are at your door. Immediately I told my officer I cannot do this anymore. He thought I was committing a suicide. This guy kept me on the phone, called 911, did everything before I opened my door at the shelter. Police surrounded the whole shelter. It's like, what's going on? They said, do you have any prescription medication? I said, yes, of course, I have narco. They said, did you take any? I said, no, I didn't. they don't know that I didn't. They said, you have to follow us to the hospital to do a lab withdrawal. You know, I have gone through hell, but I never stopped trusting God. I never stopped trusting him. Because I know the I am that I am today is that I am that I was. He washed me. And if he has not humbled you, if God has not humbled you down to what he needs and to get from you, he will not lift you up. He prepared me. He prepared me knowing where he was taking me. But little down in my heart, and I never knew where I was going. When I was in my younger sister's house, sick, I didn't even know I was gonna get better. You see that home in Litchfield? He showed me that home. He showed me that home. In my brain, I was thinking like, what the hell am I gonna, I can't even provide for my son. I'm living under somebody's roof. How am I supposed to do that? But you see this God? God is a jealous God. He will make you humble yourself. And if you want to lift you up, he will lift you up. It took me 22 years of struggling, but wow. Those who even have papers that came to this country with me cannot even compare with me. God took my 22 years of struggling and making half a decade. So, what am I saying? When I had an accident in December, 3 years of him lifting me up, I didn't do nothing. I think that accident was not meant for me to die. But that accident was meant to me to look back to where I came from and give him all the praise, glory, and adoration that he deserves. And that's why I paused and this occasion came up. And as I'm planning for this occasion, guess what? That same God, who is a jealous God, lifted me up again and said, you know what? You will not only give me that thanksgiving, but when you walk in to give me that thanksgiving, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. In the midst of planning this party, he gave me a citizenship unexpected. Unexpectedly, I had a citizenship. Wow. On my day of ceremony, you know, funny things happen. I was sitting there, they started dividing the certificates. I don't know what happened, but they came and stopped. They came, I was sitting there, stopped passing, handing the certificate. And then I looked around, Doris was looking at me, I didn't know they were seeing me up there. I was like, and then the guy thought I said, no, I'm coming, I still got your certificate, but hold on. I was like, oh, okay. So, what am I saying? In all midst of desperation, the only person you can trust is God.
Thank you.
Because that God will never fail you.
Yes.
That God will never leave you standing.
Yes.
That God will protect that which concerns you.
Preach it on.
That God will stand there for you in the midst of darkness. It is that God, again, that is putting me standing here today. I want to thank you all. My family and my friend Genevieve, like I said, they stole my story, they said everything. Because I was telling them that I'm gonna have to cry before I share my story, but they helped me. So thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you for mentoring me to give this speech and not make it a speech of sadness and emotion. I am here today because of you all. I am standing here looking beautiful because of you all. I am standing here looking gorgeous, not just because God made me to be looking gorgeous. It's because you contribute in this party, she contribute, he contribute, everybody contributed in this party.
Yes, so.
Standing here looking so beautiful. It's my sister Jenny. Jenny Beauty Salon. She made me all looking like this. My sister did my hair. And I told her, since yesterday she relaxed my hair, I said, how much is my damage? She's like, I'll see you tomorrow. I came again today. She did my hair. Wow. I woke up, I was like, can you swap my card so I can go? I don't have time. And before I finished, it was happy birthday song in her salon. Everybody was singing happy birthday. I was like, wow, what a surprise. You sound like Genevieve Freer right now. I was like, okay. Then after the birthday song, I was like, okay, can you take my credit card, swap it for my hair? Guess what she did? She walked at the door, opened the door for me, and tell you have a beautiful celebration. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Jenny Beauty! Can we put it together for Jenny Beauty?
Jenny, thank you.
Jenny, can you wave? Let's see
Thank
Jenny
you.
Beauty now.
Thank you.
Show the beauty.
Thank you. This woman took 3 hours to do this on my hair. While I was sitting there, there were customers entering back and forth, but she didn't even bother. She took care of me to look this beautiful tonight.
Yes,
Without
so.
a dime. So, let's be our sister's keeper. Let's trust the God that we worship. Even in the midst of darkness, like my mother said, if somebody tie you down, when God says he has the destiny for you, no matter what come your way, that destiny will come. Men will only delay your destiny, but God never deny it for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate your time for being here. I love you all so much. You all look so beautiful. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. We have make a Mother's Day give backs for mothers to give back for the honor of our mother. So don't miss tomorrow, which is today, Sunday barbecue. I want you all to follow me to church if you can tomorrow to give my testimony at the front of the altar. And from there, it will be a Mother's Day celebration and barbecue at Litchfield. So thank you all so much. You all look so beautiful tonight. Thank you.
Please, everybody come to the front and dance with her. Till security kicks us out, it's dance time. Let's dance till security kicks us out. Everybody to the front. This is the grand finale. This is the last finale. Please, everybody come have it even for 5 minutes. Everybody to the front.